Skill Final. Athletes will attempt to complete 3 elite skill challenges. Each athlete will have 3 attempts on each challenge. They will rotate through a seated run order. A flash challenge will award an athlete 3 points. Completion on their second attempt will award them 2 points, and completion on their third attempt will award them 1 point. Final challenge 1. Athletes must perform a Kong to downward cat grab on that first wall. Once in cat position, they perform a cat 180 back to the wall they Konged, then immediately perform a final cat 180 to precision on that wall. Final challenge 2. Athletes must start with a lache into 2 strides across this long wall, going directly into a huge jump to a stride, landing in a final precision on the far rail. Final challenge 3. Athletes must perform a drop stride to a single leg directly into a Kong precision to the highlighted ledge. Now, I heard a lot of talk about the last challenge, the Kong Pre. A lot of talk about overdoing it, actually, on the Kong Pre, which is very possible.
Okay.
Now,
so if they don't stick it, is that okay?
If they don't stick it, it is not okay. Has to end in a stick.
Okay. Jeez.
We got Joe Rizzo up first, and we will all be starting on the Kong to cat back challenges.
Hey, representing Unknown Parkour from Staten Island. Keep your eyes peeled for a big feature-length edit coming out of them sometime later this year, probably.
Yes, sir. Now, this first Kong Pre, or this first Kong cat, rather, where they're doing their Kong is about 14 feet off the ground. So if they take a fall from here, it is a heavy one. That being said, all these athletes should get to the cat, no problem. It's going to be rebounding into these cat backs that is going to give them the real struggle.
And man, I would hate to see a hand slip on these Kongs, which is actually a common thing that can happen, because if you slip, you're going face first into that wall and down into the well of death.
Most definitely. Something that you're seeing here now is Joe is starting down low to give himself some more run up, but that means he has to do that one little 2-foot step up into the Kong. When I was looking at this earlier, it looked doable from the higher ledge. It was a bit of a pull, but it looked doable.
I think that'll be his last setup. Looks like he's good to go.
Crowd going wild out here at Origins Parkour.
Let's go. These are some big boy challenges.
Last bits of chalk.
Look at that calf. Look at his left calf.
Oh, yeah. Strong man.
Amping himself up.
Let's go, Joe.
This is nuts.
It's a little nerve-wracking, just sitting down here. There's the internal countdown.
There we go. It is go time. Big breath in. Tell yourself you got it.
Here we go.
Nice cat.
180, get up there.
Oh, yes! One dang!
First competitor,
first
flat. Joe Rizzo hyped on that one.
Wow, let's go, Joe!
Woo! All right.
Yeah.
Joe Rizzo really putting the pressure on everyone right now. With that, for the time being, he has tied with first place with 10.5 points.
Let's go!
Favorite things about him is he is one of the shorter competitors in skill. You see a lot of the skill competitors very tall, very lanky, and that helps a lot. Daryl said, I'm just going to put on muscle and make up for it.
That's right. Got some coiled up springs. Yeah, he's looking good. Looks like that'll be his last attempt, potentially. Getting his last looks, trying to take a mental picture of this challenge so that when he goes for it, there's no questions, no uncertainties.
And I have no doubt that every one of our skill competitors can do this challenge. The pressure is on for getting it first try for maximum points.
Hey, do it for Hyper Team Swag Force, Daryl. Shout out Missoula. Looks like he might want to get one more look.
There it goes.
There he goes. A little bit of
Little
hesitation
reset
on
there.
that cat back.
Oh!
Oh, straight to the ground.
Man.
Absorbed it though.
And you can see, you can't even see his head down there. That's how big of a drop it is.
Wow.
It's what, about 11 or 12-foot drop?
Also, fun fact about Brody, has a twin brother who is also a very, very skilled athlete. Shout out Dylan.
Always seeing them train together and just hit disgusting challenges. It's the twin effect that you see a lot in parkour. You have somebody always with you, pushing you to get better every step of the way.
This cat back shouldn't be a challenge for
Here we
Brody.
go.
He's got a lot of belief in his
Cat.
skill set. Nah,
High.
no questions here. Oh! Never
There
mind.
We do see he kind of knew it. He went for the crane, didn't want to take that whole drop.
I'm trying to get another look at it. And he mouths, damn.
A little bit unlucky there. As you said, we saw a bit of a hesitation after this first cat. Just a small wait, then we go.
Oh, and interesting enough that his bottom leg.
And Joe Rizzo really has put on the pressure right now because tying with the lead right there, Tim Champion at the very least has to get this challenge.
Oh, take it off, Tim.
Look at that Spartan of a man right there.
Those champion abs.
How you doing, everybody? Sorry, we're just gushing over this guy right here. Oh, man.
Come on.
He said, you can't intimidate me. Let me take my shirt off real quick. Show you what's up.
I'll show you guys a one bang. Hope he didn't add any moisture to the ledge with that forearm.
Nice.
Good.
Big one here.
Good.
Looks
Oh,
good.
yeah. One bang for Tim Champion.
There it is.
Woo! Some emotion.
Hyped
Tim
on that
Champion.
one. You can see, even though he's not smiling, you saw that fist bump, you saw that scream. He is so happy with that one.
Wow.
The pressure now has dropped significantly for Tim Champion because he still secured a 3-point lead over Joe Rizzo, who is currently, or was currently tied with him.
And look, Tim opted to keep his feet higher on the dark gray wall.
I'd love to see, as Daryl approaches here, a replay of his previous one so we could dissect that a bit more.
See what he has to change. Okay, looks like he went from lower.
Great. I want to see this last cat back here.
Yeah. And his foot just slid a little bit, too.
Well, you could also see he was holding his arms in a flexed position. He didn't actually dip all the way down, making it harder to lift again, bringing that foot high.
Yeah, tough to get a full engagement out of your arms when they're already flexed like that. See if you can make the adjustment.
Better drop there. There it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well done, Daryl Stingley.
As you were saying, getting that full extension out of his shoulders so he could adequately explode in that last cat back. Amazing
Casually
work.
hitting that drop free to bar, too. He looks unhappy with himself. I think it's because he always expects perfection, and since he did not flash the challenge, it was less than perfect. He should be walking away with a smile on his face, so that's still getting 2 points. And we can see here the difference between that last replay we watched. Dips his arms all the way down, brings that leg higher, and fully presses his shoulders, chest, everything forward for the stick.
Good fight.
See what he can do here.
That's
Let's go!
Give it up for Brody.
Asking for some hype. He said, it's too quiet in here. Give me some energy.
Now, typically, a lot of athletes want silence so they can focus, but Brody's looking for a little bit more energy from the crowd so he can ride that straight to victory.
Here we go.
Okay. Oh, a little bit of a skip
Looks
there,
okay.
but all the way up. Craning it again.
Again, and same technique with that leg, dropping too low underneath that gray wall down low you can see in the background.
And looks like he's got to go again right away, right? Because he's the last competitor to work on this this skill.
Oh, yeah, you might be right there.
Damn.
He did give a little X, and you can see him holding his ankles here. In a speed practice, I believe, he was messing up his ankle a little bit. I saw him getting taped up in the back. Nothing too major. All right, looks like he is going to call it for that.
Hopefully not for the rest of the competition.
Yeah. Starting with the lache is always so difficult because you get yourself ready on the ground, jump up, grab the bar, and you got to maintain that readiness all the way through that lache.
And for how big these strides are, it is like a weirdly small lâché to be coming from.
Curious to see how far out he's going to land on the wall and what leg he's going to land with. That'll mean so much for this challenge. I like this angle.
Swing. Oh, 2 swings.
Here we go. Oh, he's second guessing it. He's
that.
got to go, though. Left leg, right leg.
Woof.
Man, and you can see just how difficult it is to get any power out of the lâché.
Yeah.
I think what we're going to need to see is a strong, low lâché.
Strong and straight.
Yep, keeping it
No
low. You
height
can
to
see
it.
here he's getting up too high on this
Way
initial
too high.
lâché.
Yep.
Lot of downward momentum.
If you're falling onto that leg, there's no chance the following stride is going to be taking you to that green wall,
Absolutely.
let alone to that bar.
Can't imagine the stress knowing you're doing something this hench, never trying it before.
If anybody can accomplish it,
Let's go, Daryl. Come on.
let's go, King Wavy.
Setting up with a very relatively straight approach.
And hopefully we just see 1 swing.
Got to go now. There it is.
Right. Yes,
oh, looks
yes,
good.
yes. Okay, testing it with the plyo. No 1 bang, but he has a good gauge for that distance now.
I really liked what he did there.
Yep.
Use 1 attempt, gauge the distance, see how bad that first jump is out of those strides, and then move forward from there. Here we go.
Let's
see
take
here.
a look. Yeah, nice 1 swing. Good
Right
tap.
leg.
Oh, yeah, he's got a little bit
Yeah.
of room at the edge.
He had almost a foot of room, and that's going to add up a lot going into the next 2 jumps. Now, I was very impressed with Brody Pawson's lâchés from the previous day's challenges. I know he's got solid strides. Hopefully that ankle won't be bugging him too much going into this one because this is going to be single leg heavy.
Yeah, would hate to see him blow all of his energy on skill and not be able to compete in speed because he is
Definitely.
also a fast boy.
Currently sitting in first place for speed as well.
Oh. His legs might hit Bobby's
Get it.
camera. Ooh. Well, that's a big lâché.
Yeah, you could see it was just too up and down. He is going for the left, right, left takeoff, which I believe should favor this challenge more. So far, though, Daryl Stingley's the only one that's used his right leg first, and he has gotten the farthest.
Calm, cool, collected.
Yeah, that composure cannot be understated.
Also a Ninja Warrior champion, if I'm not...
I believe he is. Man, Ninja Warrior. Kind of forgot that existed for a minute.
Ninja Warrior does not get a whole lot of respect around these parts.
No, not so much, not so much.
Not really parkour. You do get a lot of people being like, hey, you're good at parkour, you'd be good for Ninja Warrior. Like, man, I don't even want to hear that.
Nope.
Oh, taking his shirt off again!
All right,
You know, I
the
bet he's
crowd
gonna do that
going
every
wild.
That's one way to wake up the crowd. See if that'll be enough energy to carry him through.
I think I would. Okay, he's going for it.
Nice solid tap.
Oh, good.
Yo,
steps.
really good test from him.
It looked like maybe he was leaning a bit back as he landed out of that lâché. Other
in
than
front of
that,
him.
everything looked good. And he did commit to the stride, not the plyo that Daryl went for.
And it looks like making it to that green box, not a challenge for him whatsoever. Nice, just a little too high.
Yeah, in second viewing, it didn't look too bad. I would prefer to see that chest a bit further forward. I think he would as well.
Oh, looks like Brody might have to drop out of skill.
Oh,
A handshake
man,
from
you
Renee.
hate to see it. All right, on his last attempt, the lâché was too high. I think he knows that. I know he knows that.
Yeah. He's just got to skim across the top.
Has to focus so much on this first lâché before anything else.
Let's see where he places that tap. It really seems to be down to that. Yeah, gentle swing.
Better swing.
Good tap. Looking better, but still a little bit too high.
Yeah.
Not the energy he was looking for.
It was a much lower lâché, but it needs to be faster than that.
Yeah.
Which
Didn't have
is
the power.
so hard.
Yeah.
Daryl Stingley up on the bar. Here it is. Looks
Looking
good.
good. Looking good. Oh. Looking much better, though.
And as we said earlier, that is a 13-foot, 3-inch stride pre to a bar.
Mad. Like at the end of a intricate sequence of strides. This is a fine, fine science, this challenge. Fun fact, Tim Champion has a free running trick named after him called the Champion.
Beautiful. Another fun fact, man is a beast at style as well.
Big time. Secret beast. Whoa.
Looks good, looks good.
Oh!
Tim Champion!
Yo! Oh my God!
What was that?
Oh, Tim!
I was about to mention, by the way, you have to stick it at the end.
Yo!
Tim said, hey, I got the stick first tee.
Not a question for Tim Champion. Second attempt, sticking the challenge. Holy crap.
Everyone just exploded with energy in here. Oh my goodness, that was incredible.
Holy. And look, he's got a very interesting technique with his chest back on his landing.
The more I look at it, the more I like it.
Wow.
So dialed.
Look at his face when he lands. He's like, how did I do that? Come on, everyone's wondering, Tim. Someone's got to know.
He's got some secret sauce, man. That was mind-blowing.
Let's go, Joe.
All right, up on the bar.
Just got to fine-tune that lache.
I want to see some big swings here, but a low release.
Nice, a bit more power, but it looks a little too slow. He's not going to make it. Yeah.
It's all right.
Hit that Goldilocks zone. The only question would be, can he stick that last jump?
He's got to give it the full send on this one. It's all or nothing.
Big, big swing.
Looks good. Go.
Oh! Overshooting it.
Overpowering it.
Buddy, if it was 14 feet, maybe he could have stuck it.
Oh my God.
Dude, how are you overshooting that? You're nuts.
He's got to have a tinge of happiness for going for it, but you know he's disappointed that he couldn't get that stick.
Okay, challenge number 3. If you thought you saw some messed up challenges, your brain's about to get blown because take a look after these replays.
Right, let's take a look at this one.
I think this was...
Honestly, everything looked perfect to me. That looked beautiful. This takeoff looked great.
Oh, and just slipped on the landing.
He's just too damn strong. That's all it is. Now, those were some heavy strides that we just saw. Speaking of heavy strides, this challenge is all about a heavy drop stride. If you can maintain power out of that, sounds like the concrete to me looks disgustingly large.
Yep.
Sounds like it's very reasonable for these skill athletes, though.
Yeah, they've got a pretty solid drop to it. I think as long as they put in the appropriate amount of power, it should be okay. Yeah, that's right.
Getting the stomps, getting the yell.
Getting your energy up, exerting yourself. Looks like he's good to go after a brief short pull.
Asking for some energy from the crowd, building up the spirit bomb. Oh, looks good.
Not good.
Oh,
not good from Coach Tom.
We waited and waited. He was there. It looked like there was a small lift of that right foot. Almost flashed the challenge, which would have been absolutely huge for the standings. Let's see it again here.
He needed that one bang. He was so, so close.
The crowd
Look
holding
at that
their
stride,
breath.
dude. And then little slide, and you can see his feet just go a little bit too deep onto the wall as well. We want to see a little bit more of a heel hang.
Let's see it, Daryl.
This is a great big drop stride in the Kong.
Huge.
You're going to single stride that.
Ghost steps in.
Oh! Oh! Come on!
My goodness.
Dude, so close. So one thing I picked up from Daryl's technique on that is he went for a ghost stride, making sure that he's got just the right steps there. Because he's a right leg dominant jumper, is that correct? Because he's a right leg dominant, he has to absorb off that first jump, and then he also wants to go into the Kong starting on that right foot. Watch that again.
Drops to right leg.
Straight to his right again. Wow, and fighting for it, but just a little bit too much.
Very interesting technique. It definitely worked out for him. Let's go, Tim. Oh, strong.
Oh, he's also going for the ghost step. Collapsing onto the A-bomb.
Yeah, it looked like he didn't maintain almost any momentum out of that stride up.
Yeah.
He almost did that Kong precision from a standstill.
Come on, man. I know what he's got to do. He's got to take his shirt off.
You're right, he didn't take the shirt off.
And it's not me asking.
Yeah, let's see it here, let's see it here.
Yeah.
Just go for that ghost stride.
Didn't quite collect enough.
I want to see nothing different.
Same.
Looks good.
Yes.
Yes! All right,
very
good
in
on him. Say, give it to me.
Nice one. Good stuff, Joe.
Woo! Feels good to see that. Just the nearest of misses on the first attempt.
Wow.
And then gets the stick on the second one.
And I think he's our only competitor not to hit that ghost stride.
Yeah, going with the normal steps across.
I wonder if these other athletes should take notes.
Getting that first stride very far across the ledge as well, making the jump up into the gallop to the Kong much easier to do.
He's got that good foot half on, half off, and striking a Greek god pose. Rightly so. It takes a godly amount of strength to hit that.
All right, Daryl, got to do it again. Got to hold a little power back.
Watch for that ghost stride again. That's crazy.
Good.
Just bouncing it.
And that's what I was just about to mention. After you overdo a challenge, it can be so easy to hold back too much on the next one.
Well, hopefully he can find that Goldilocks zone. He's done the overshoot, the undershoot, and now should be just right for his next attempt.
Curious to see if Tim Champion takes his shirt off here. That might be a defining factor. See if there were any little mistakes here. Didn't look like it. Oh, it looked perfect. But yeah, just not quite far enough.
Okay, Tim opting to go with the shirt on. Let's see if that factors in.
We need to see more power out of this first stride. Not too much. He's a big guy. He needs a lot of room for that Kong. Looks good.
Oh. So it looks like he blocked a little bit too hard for the Kong. His feet were looking closer together, which may have given him too much power once again.
I was thinking that looked really nice from the takeoff because I was scared he was going to way overshoot it. But no, it looked, as you said, not quite there.
He might be the least comfortable out of all of our competitors with that drop stride there. Just a little bit too much power. And Daryl, hopefully you can find that Goldilocks zone. Maybe after that, have a bowl of porridge.
Come on, Daryl.
Dude, you're just too strong.
Again. Third and final attempt.
Left undone for Daryl Stingley.
One final attempt from Tim Champion.
He's going to have to take off his shirt.
So far, the only flaws that we've seen in him is on this challenge right here, and the shirt's on. And
you know what? Maybe that'll help add some drag to him because he does seem to be overshooting.
Yeah, true.
Not that drag factors in.
Looks like he's just visualizing that stick in his head right now. He knows he's got semi-correct on everything, just needs to really fight on that stick.
If he undershoots too hard or arches this, that is a lot of impact. But he's got to find that perfect amount of effort. Just too much, Tim.
He looked the most comfortable on the Kong on that one, but because of that comfort, again, it was just the overshoot.
It's like he fixed one part, but then another part got out of order.
Yeah, right.
Very good. That is it for our men's skill competition. Tim is stoked that Joe hit that Kong pre. Good stuff, Joe Rizzo.
I think we're going to run it back to a few replays from what we just saw here in our men's skill finals.
Let's take a look at that madness.
Now, I would love to see the standings here as well. I believe Tim Champion had enough of a cushion that might not have made a difference in the overall standings.
Oh, I wonder if Joe Rizzo's success will be enough to take him ahead of Wavy, or to bring him ahead.
Man, yeah, I did lose track of scores. I meant to keep track, and then I got too hyped.
See if we can pull Vinny over.
Yeah. Look at this stride pre from Daryl Stingley. Unable to get it, but still huge show of skill.
So I just got official confirmation. Ooh. Looks like we've got Joe Rizzo in second place.
Joe Rizzo in second place. We got to be quiet. The crowd here doesn't know yet.
Okay. Yeah, little secret for our pay-per-view.
Little secret. So that means Tim Champion, Joe Rizzo, followed by
a tie between Brody Pawson and Wavy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
Unexpected. Joe Rizzo taking second place. He will be coming back next year.
Love to see it.
Pending he can afford that flight.
Yeah.
Speaking of flight, Tim Champion flying across that concrete. Look, Lane is so stoked for frickin' Joe. Oh my God, he is gassed. He's cheesing right now.
Next, we will be announcing our men's skill podium.
Now, these are the most skilled of the boys. All right, Daryl with third place.
Down third place, Daryl Stingley.
He's not fully stoked on it. He knew potentially he could have done a little bit better, but he will be coming back again next year, I am sure, to snatch that first place.
And he is always grinding in the off season, never giving up, never taking a break, pushing and pushing.
Joe Rizzo!
Joe Rizzo holding down second place.
Let's go, man. From online qualifiers to second place, you gotta be kidding me. Now, men's skill is one of the toughest podiums to break in on, and Joe Rizzo out of nowhere taking second place. Amazing work.
Not only toughest, but absolutely one of the scariest. Somebody else is setting the challenges for you. If it's in your skill range, you have no idea until you're there.
That is incredible. Shout out Unknown Parkour.
And in first place, to no one's surprise, the champion himself, Tim Champion.
He can't help it. He was born that way.
Written into his name. An incredible showing from Tim Champion.
Can he climb up the purple wall?
Nearly flashing all the challenges on the first 2 days. A little bit of struggle tonight, but more than enough to carry him through to that first place finish.
Incredible. Those challenges were messed up. Major props to these guys. What an iron solid mentality.